It's the venue that's had plenty of success, come through it since the mid-2010s, as well as a few Lombardi trophies. It's GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Not a kicker or a puncher here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And we're off from Arrowhead. Returnable from near the end zone. And in the end, he's able to get to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you cover. If you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun snap now to Young. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Well, no luck on his first look of the game. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Down. Check hit. Check.
Young working from the gun. He finds Sanders. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. 65 yards on the punt there. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Yellow. 43. 43.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he cuts it back right. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Yellow, yellow. Hey, Riblin. My side.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Yellow. Fancy. Yellow.
Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll get it to Rashee Rice, complete. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tackle made by Dane Jackson.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Yellow. Hey, 43. March.
From the gun, Piron. And he'll get them enough for a first down. Offense up to the line fast.
Sunday. Hey, 57 colors.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. To the outside and complete to Kelsey. And he nearly takes it to the red zone before going out. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
About set for the 2nd quarter. Chiefs football here. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Pacheco on the toss right side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
15.
It's a pickup of 6.
15, yellow.
And 4 at the 18-yard line.
From the 18 on 2nd down. Pass it down close. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Reed now to kick this one away. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. He stopped on the return at the 27. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Get ready. Cut.
Look at this. The wideout gets it to start this drive. And the reverse call pays off. Some decent yardage before he's brought down.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Set. Go. 10. Set. Go.
Up the middle, Hubbard. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Let's go. Cut.
Play action now, Young. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they face second down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Ready, set.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, Young. Now it'll be caught by Adam Thielen. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll give the Panthers a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Here we go. Here we go. Set.
First and 10, it's Hubbard. And he's brought down for a loss.
On the ball. Run to the
Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line.
cut, cut.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Watson. And the Chiefs take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame. Worked through his progression, nobody available, and by the time he checked it down to the back, oh, you could almost see it coming. A defender there to intercept it.
Because those defenders have clocks too. I mean, we get so enamored talking about a quarterback's clock, but defenders do as well, and they know when that quarterback's holding the ball and holding the ball, likely a check down is coming. That is just smart defensive play.
They'll head up first and 10 from the 42.
Line, line. Hey, yo, hey, go going, go going, go going. Hey, color. Hey, 43. Right side.
Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Couldn't connect on first.
Yo.
It's second down.
Easy, easy, easy. Easy. 15. Right side.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Chased out to his right. He's on the move. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a first. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Attack. Right side.
First and 10, it's Mahomes. On the move, headed right. Took off with it again. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
15. Right side.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. From the... And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
At the Panthers' 22-yard line.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Yellow. Hey, 15. Yellow. 15. Attack. side.
Another try following the sack. And they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs will add to their lead at the end of the half. Travis Kelce, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Oh, look at this. They're faking it. Brody near the 10. And he's into the end zone, and that shows what kind of game they've been having. Even that works for them, and it adds an extra 2 to their lead. Reed now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Jones. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left.
Come on, stay. Ready.
They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground.
Ready.
So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Hayward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. From his own end zone, here we go. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Yellow, yellow. Right side.
It gives to Pacheco to start the drive. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
4 yards on the pickup.
57.
2nd and 6. At the
Yellow,
31-yard
yellow.
line.
Yellow, yellow. Yellow. Attack, attack. Hero 15. Right side.
2nd and 6 now. Catch is made down the right sideline. They got 24 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
New set of downs for him from the 46.
Yellow. Yellow. Hey, 15, 15, 15.
They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. Tried connecting with Xavier Worthy there. And it sets up 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Right side. Right side.
A 2nd down run by Pacheco. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Josie Jewell making that stop.
Hey, dribble it, dribble it.
Offense in the hurry up here.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Hey, yellow, hey, go, 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 go. Hey, 43, 43, 15. Yellow. Right side.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. That heater is going to fall to the turf. Intended target there was Xavier Worthy. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, That is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth.
Right. Hey, 57. 43. Hey, 57. Shot.
They'll go. It's Mahomes.
Well,
He connects downfield on fourth.
that was fucking
And
bad.
he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs grow the lead coming out of halftime. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Reed now to kick this one away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone.
Oh, shit.
This return makes it up to the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Ready. Red, yellow. Ready.
Now Young. He's on the move. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Here we go. Set.
A 2nd down throw for Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Let's go now. Call red. Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Young. Hits his running back. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Working quickly here.
3. Ready.
4th down, Young. Go try and force it into the slants. It's intercepted. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. And the Chiefs get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a 2nd half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
Throwing on 1st down, Mahomes. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Yellow. 15. Yellow.
Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. That
Oh,
was
he's
incomplete.
dropped it.
Couldn't hang on through the contact. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Third and long for him here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time. A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Chooses to bring this one out. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Panthers football as they stare down a huge deficit to begin the 4th. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard.
50 fury. That's ready.
QB sneak coming. And that'll be enough for the 1st as they touch him down.
It's about the simplest play in the playbook, and they execute it like it was drawn up. That push gets them the 1st down.
1st and 10 from the 41. Young on the play action. He's got time here. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Hey, Kate, you know that line, time is of the essence? It certainly is in the pocket. Not enough time there to let that play develop down the field, and the two were not able to reel it in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Let's go.
Here's Young to throw. Finds Sanders. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Offense up to the line fast. Hubbard trying this up the gut. And he works this to the 38 before going down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
10 cycles.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Gets this to Sanders. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Young on 1st and 10. He's got it near the 8. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that gives them 1st and goal.
Here we go. Ready.
Hubbard is in for the Carolina touchdown. The Panthers making the scoreboard look a touch better. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff.
Yep.
Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this two-point attempt fails.
Eddie Pinheiro to kick off.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Shotgun handoff to Pirine. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10.
Yellow.
At the 31-yard line.
15. Yellow. Right side.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Escapes the pocket. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running.
Right side.
Straight ahead they go with Pirine. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. 2 yards on that run. That's going to bring up 4th and 6.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Hey, rip list. Attack. Yellow. Come back. Yellow. Right side.
Mahomes to throw for it. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Dane Jackson with the pick. And the Panthers take possession down inside the 30 after the interception. The 4th down call ends in a defensive highlight as he picks off the throw and gets his guys off the field.
You know, one way or another, it looked like they were going to get off the field that time, but it's so much sweeter as a defense to run off that field holding the ball. So many defensive coaches in this league preach it. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Not only the energy you create on your side, but that little seeded.
And there's our last-seen image of this game. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs see the return go out of bounds. And that is how this game's going to end. Well, no louder place in Missouri or Kansas right now as the Chiefs get the win in Arrowhead. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field, using that advantage to secure the victory. We know home field advantage is a real thing. And the crowd, they did their part too, adding to just an awesome atmosphere, helping energize those players at big moments of today's ball game.
Yeah, it is super fun to win on the road. I'm not going to lie, to quiet the crowd. But you know what's even better? When you get to celebrate with your family, your friends, your hometown people, your community, and you know, more importantly, they played a role as that extra voice in that building, man. It is a rewarding feeling.
Hopefully I can bounce back this next game.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the home of the Cardinals, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Here is the Spring League star, Jake Bates, set to get this one going. And off we go from Glendale. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Hey, shift. 2-2-1.
First carry for James Conner. And he is hit behind the line of scrimmage. The defense with a statement on the game's first play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. A gain there of 11. It's an Arizona first down. Out of the gun, and they'll run it with Conner. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a second down and 8. They'll go again here to Conner. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
We're going to try to pick this up on third and 8.
Deuce. Green.
From the gun, it's Murray. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. The Cardinals lining up for punt. Deep for the Lions, Holly Freeman. Trying for the old school coffin corner. That's pretty close out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 5-yard line. Well done.
Maverick.
Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclone, David Montgomery. Great run there. He gets this up close to the 30-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. Again, Montgomery. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. A couple of first downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up first and 10.
2 for 1. Hey, 76. Value 3.
They'll go play action with Goff. Working free downfield. It is Williams. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Greg and I back here in Glendale after this. Here's first and 10.
We go tonight. DC. 12.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Got his man at the 6. And he'll be taken down. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. Here's Gibbs. A dive, and he's in. Jameer Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Now Goff. That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line.
Green. Omaha.
On 1st down, the drive begins with Connor. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Now Connor has some room inside the 30. And he will take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 13-yard line. It is a big gain for Arizona. 31 yards. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, it's Murray.
Oh, shit,
and he cannot get away, brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, Murray. Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss. Well, if that was a pickup on 1st or 2nd down, you'd be thrilled. But here on 3rd and long, just doesn't quite get enough to pick up the 1st down, and it's going to bring up 4th.
Prater's kick is good. And the Cardinals are on the board just before halftime.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Now you want. Do up.
From the gun, it's Goff. That is intercepted. That's the safety, Jalen Thompson.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Coach.
Murray now to throw on first down. He'll try to work the screen with Connor. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop. Clock is stopped for 26 seconds until the break. Second down, Murray. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Now Murray on 3rd and long. He's got his tight end. That's McBride. And he will score. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Arizona. Using the tight end to get to the end zone. Greg, at your old position, you're very familiar with that. That catch and carry. What an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
Here's Craig Reynolds to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. On first down, it's Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And the offense will take one here. Timeout with 6 left on the second quarter clock.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Throwing on second down. Goff. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Throwing, Goff. Now pass deep for St. Brown.
Oh, he's still.
That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. So they start this on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
He got 2.
One more time for Montgomery. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. On play action, Goff. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Goff. That is hauled in at the 5. And he'll take it on in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Lions.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6. All right, so ultimately, it's a successful play. That's a win for the defense. But that was very close, Mike, to being a 4-point swing. So instead of the offense securing 2 points on that try, if he's able to secure that interception and take it the other way, he would have gotten 2 points for the defense.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
Hard. One more, hey. Shift. Swim. Cut.
They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Hey. 1-1. Hot. 2-2.
They'll go right back to Connor. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick, there to wrap him up.
1-1. Hot. 2-2.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the 1st down.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Just watch the speed of the pursuit out of this safety on this tackle, Mike. His ability to play from depth and attack the line of scrimmage and meet that ball carrier in the hole and keep him to no gain. You don't see a lot of safeties able to make that tackle in the open field. That's pretty impressive. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
It is 3rd and 10.
1-1.
Out of the gun, it's Murray. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Cardinals line up for a punt as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. And this is going to set up a long field ahead. Backed up as it is touchdown inside the 10. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, Montgomery to start the drive. Oh, a loose football.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
Another one from the 5, 2nd down and goal. On the handoff, it's Connor. And some space opening up as he works it down to the 2. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. for the lead. Here is 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Murray. It is brought in the end zone. Greg Dortch. Touchdown, Cardinals. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Goff with the give to Montgomery. He's got room to the 45. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Here's a handoff to Montgomery. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down. Throwing here is Goff.
Oh, they wouldn't even let me jump.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Now on 2nd and long.
Go, tonight. Hold on. Check. Super.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw.
Yeah.
And that would be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Sean Murphy Bunting. And he covers some ground on the return as well. Out of bounds, past the 40-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Hey, hold on.
On the ground, it's Connor. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
Hold on. What you got? What?
They'll drop to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here. Now Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout. Talk things over before 3rd down.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
3rd and long. Back to throw is Murray.
Whoa.
And that is incomplete.
How did you
James
miss
Conner,
that?
the intended target. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
That was my 1st down.
And
Right
now
there.
here comes the punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And we will not see a return on this one, as it will be marked down. This is 1st and 10.
What? Louie. What's that?
Here's Goff.
Oh.
And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. And he is just going to waltz his way in.
Get that W. Damn, I was on a 4-game losing streak. God damn.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Northern California and Levi's Stadium in the South Bay in Santa Clara, California. Here's Jake Moody to get this one kicked off. And off we go from Santa Clara. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Come on. Hit.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. Not much room to operate there. He'll get only to about the 24. Here's a 2nd and 9. Play action. Here's Daniels. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Nick Bosa, the former All-Pro, in there for the sack.
Well, here early on, if this pass rush continues to get home at this rate, this is going to be a long day for this offense. They're going to have to put some extra guys in there, mix in some play action, keep this pass rush off balance.
Here we go. Set.
3rd and long, and here's Daniels. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 84 yards. Touchdown, Washington. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
So what now?
Let's go now.
You know how Madden is sometimes.
Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get forward for about a yard. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Set.
Now Purdy.
No.
There's a throw right side.
Tyson.
Going to be incomplete.
He's the defense.
He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
You talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long. And As this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet, but I can promise you they're saying, next time, you got to come down with that one.
Have the 60, have the 60. Go.
Third down. Purdy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. That is fielded at the 20. And he is going backwards. Good coverage there to make sure he did not get free. On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
Oh,
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down.
60 by 60 by 60.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. And the Niners force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27-yard line.
That was a nice
When you
punt.
find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. Second down and 8. Purdy works out of the pistol. He'll complete this one. He's hit and the ball comes free. The Commanders come up with it.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
It's a pickup of 13 yards. Good for a Commanders first down. So after one, 6-0 is our score.
No, I'm going to play this all the way through.
After this.
On the set. Ready.
Daniels now on first down. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Here's a 2nd and 6.
Set.
They'll throw with Daniels. He'll get rid of it and complete it. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
I hope we all appreciate just how difficult it is to throw the ball that well while on the run. And the way they teach it, Mike, is kind of cool. They actually teach the quarterback to disconnect your upper body from your lower.
And he will score. Brian Robinson Touchdown, Commanders.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
He fields it at the 8. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down. Out of the gun. It's Purdy. He'll find his tight end, Kittle, on the right side. Purdy going to give this one to McCaffrey. Woo! And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Okay, break. Let's go.
On first and 10, Purdy. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. And that screen slow to development. They rally to the ball and stop him. That will be no gain on the screen. Throwing on second down is Purdy. Downfield, he's got the big target, Jennings. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. And they'll run here with McCaffrey. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
Brings up second and goal at the 12-yard line.
Seven Pirates.
Purdy now on second down. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. George Kittle was the intended target that time. Now they'll be looking at third and goal.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on.
Third and goal. It's Purdy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Moody's kick is good. And the Niners are on the board just before halftime.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Cowboy 80. Buffalo 18.
On first down, Daniels. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Now pass deep for McLaurin. He's got it. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. 35 more yards. Back-to-back big plays to get this drive rolling. Cyburn's kick is good. And the Commanders going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Okay, let's go. Just on that second, just on that one slip.
83 yards. Touchdown, San Francisco. You talk about a response after
I never run the school back.
Gets a touchdown. The special teams unit comes back to get the 6 right back for the other side.
And I've been there, Mike. You find yourself on offense. You watch your opponent go down and get a touchdown. And you're saying amongst each other, you're saying, hey, we're going to get the ball back. Let's go get one of our own. But in this case, the return unit says, no. Offense, you stay on the sideline. We got this. And they go back and get a score of their own.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. To the right side, this is McCaffrey. Up the sideline to the 40. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And he will dive into the end zone. 74 yards. Touchdown, San Francisco. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. Right side, catch made by McLaurin. Inside the 10. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Washington. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. Off the bootleg, it's Purdy. That's thrown right side.
They just paid for 260.
Brandon Ayuk, the intended receiver there. and it'll lead to a second down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Purdy to Kittle for the Niners, first down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now it's McCaffrey. There he goes, inside the 30. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25. First and 10. Purdy. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. That is Jonathan Allen, the big defensive tackle, in there for the sack.
At the Commander's 31-yard line.
On second down, Purdy. That's over the middle to Kittle. That's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down. They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. They need 2. Here's Purdy. And that is incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Able to complete it to Ayuk. It's a pickup of 12 as they wind up converting on 4th down. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. What a moment in this game. A touchdown would give them the late lead. It is first down and goal. To throw once more, it's Purdy. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough. But you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points. It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
That one taken in. Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing the...
That's going to be caught. They get the 2 points. Man, this could turn out to be important. The lead goes to 3 here in the 4th quarter. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Ready, break.
Here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He finds De'Ami Brown. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Daniels. Now pass deep from McLaurin.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the...
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Dre Greenlaw.
Easy contact. That's a good. And that's a cool receiver.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels.
That should have been a pig.
Can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand. So it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Time now becoming a factor as we get to 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
All 3 timeouts, plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. First carry for the versatile Austin Eckler. And this rough day on the ground continues. They're going to drop him behind the line again. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, they'll come up now for 2nd down.
Ready? 19 Tiger.
They'll drop to throw. Now pass deep from McLaurin. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Seibert's extra point is true, and the Commanders have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. Samuel going to see what he can do. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Here's 1st and 10.
Come on. Set, go.
On the bootleg, it's Purdy. That's complete to Kittle, the tight end.
Sweet.
And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
79 Broncos.
To throw on first down is Purdy. He'll let one go downfield for Jennings.
Whoa, kick the first out of here.
Contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Trap 60, trap 60. Ready, ready?
On second down, Purdy. He's got a man. That's Kittle. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
We've seen this.
Well, that's not a first down.
This defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Here we go, shot.
They'll go with the sneak. And he's going to have a Niners first down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches.
Pretty simple here, Mike. Every team, they have this sheet up in the box. It's their own analytics telling them when to go for it, when not to go for it. And in this spot, their metrics say go for it, sneaks the call, first down.
Mustang 19.
First and 10 for Purdy. He's going to send it downfield for Ayuk.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minutes. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
19 Tiger. 18 Pioneer. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. And up.
Purdy now on second down. That's to his tight end.
Yeah.
And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. You'll start at the 4. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line.
Okay, ready?
They'll come up for first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. And they stop it with 22 ticks left on the clock here in the 4th.
Got it. Ready?
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's first and 10.
Let's go now.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That's deep for the back of the end zone.
Whoa, that's a touchdown.
They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
This game has certainly not been for the faint of heart, Mike. I mean, we've been riding the ups and downs the entire time, but what a job by this offense. Game on the line to find a way to score and take the lead with very little time remaining.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Samuel going to see what he can do. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here's first down.
Ready.
Out of the gun. It's Purdy. Now a shot downfield for Samuel. That is hard. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
So, Jake Moody on in this big situation. This to force overtime. So now, out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This one he's got to have. This one is on target, and it is good. And we are almost certainly bound for overtime.
And that's just a big-time kick right there. I mean, think about all the things running through this kicker's head. He knows if he misses it, this game's over. But he's...
Hold on 1 second.
He's calm. He steps up, takes a deep breath, and he knocks it through to extend this game.
First and 10.
Ready.
Here we go. One final play. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Samuel going to see what he can do. Now an opening past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. On the ground, it's McCaffrey. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Now a first throw here in overtime. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore all over that. Gets a hand in there to knock it away. On third and long, Purdy to throw. He's got his tight end, Kittle. Down the left sideline. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
What can I say, Mike? Good things happen when you get the ball to your tight end, but in all seriousness, think about what this guy has to handle in the passing game. Not only to be the possession guy, convert first downs underneath, but then have the ability to be the matchup to get downfield and be vertical in the passing game. There's not a lot of tight ends around the league that can do both, and when you have them, I don't blame the quarterback.
And he's in. Deebo Samuel.
Good game, bro.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys
They give you a chance too?
quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
So, thanks to that recent rule change, still the chance to extend this game and match that opening overtime score as they receive the kickoff here. They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. The tight end Ertz in motion. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. Oh, a short game there to about the 22. Daniels to throw on 2nd down. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Right on a ceiling. Picked up. And now he loses the football.
Now, obviously, there's never a
Oh,
good time to hold the
hell.
ball. It's probably the
What
thing
kind
that
of shit is
stresses the
going
most
on?
is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to
That's
fall on
crazy.
top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Strike. Press roll 80.
Here's Robinson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the 1st down.
1st and 10 now from the 36.
Hot 70. Hot 70.
He'll get this out wide. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Throwing on 2nd down. Daniels. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the 6th-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
Luke McCaffrey, the intended receiver. It's 2nd down. To the air again is Daniels. He's
What? Oh.
to the goal line and in. Touchdown, Commanders. They could have tried for the win. Instead, they'll go for one to extend the game. And now another extra point off the mark. 3 misses on extra points in this game alone. So the faithful here at Levi's
extra point.
rewarded. It's a win
Extra point.
for the 49ers.
Let's go.
They had to work for this one. All even through 4 quarters. Able to get the breakthrough in overtime to come away with the victory.
That's the craziest
So
game
that'll
I ever
just about
played.
do it for Greg Olson and
So
our
much of
entire
that
team.
shit
I'm Mike
shouldn't
Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.
Yeah, 5 touchdowns. I ain't got no picks, so that's pretty good. Boy, kiddo.